Hello viewers, I am Kausalya. Today we start our next chapter, chapter 4, quadratic equations. So we start with example 1, first question. John and Jivanti together have 45 marbles. Both of them lost 5 marbles each and the product of number of marbles they now have is 124. We would like to find out how many marbles they have to start with. So here quadratic equation is nothing but the equation with maximum power as 2. For example, here some x square, some x and with some number, right, is equal to 0. So here you can have plus or minus. So the equation whose maximum power is 2 is known as a quadratic equation. So obviously when you solve this quadratic equation, we will be having two roots. So now in this example, we are going to frame this quadratic equation for the given situation. So here, John and Jivanti together they have 45 marbles. So totally they have 45 marbles, but we don't know how much John has and how much Jivanti has. Both of them lost 5 marbles each. So totally there are 45 and each of them had lost 5 marbles. So totally they have lost 10 marbles. And the product of number of marbles they now have is 124. Okay, when you multiply the number of marbles have by John and Jivanti, it is 124. We would like to find out how many marbles they had to start with. So here, initially we don't know how many marbles John has and Jivanti has, but totally they have 45. So you see, number of marbles John had be x. Okay, we are defining by ourselves. So number of marbles John had is x and therefore number of marbles Jivanti had is 45 minus x because they totally have, okay, John and Jivanti, they totally have 45. So we are assuming the number of marbles the John had is x. Right. So now what about the number of marbles Jivanti is having? So here number of marbles Jivanti is having is, we are moving this x to the right hand side. So here it becomes 45 minus x. Understand? So these are all the number of marbles possessed by John and Jivanti. Now the next term is number of marbles John lost. How many marbles does John lost? You see, both of them lost 5 marbles each. So John lost 5 marbles, Jivanti lost 5 marbles. So number of marbles John lost is, this is the total number of marbles John has. Now he had lost 5 marbles from them. So here it is x minus 5. And the next one is number of marbles Jivanti lost. So Jivanti has 45 minus x marbles and now he lost another 5 marbles. So it is minus 5. So 45 minus 5 is 40. So 40 minus x. Now what about the product of marbles they both have? The product of the marbles they both have is equal to 124. So the product of marble is, this is the number of marbles John had. So it is x minus 5. And this is the number of marbles Jivanti had. So here it is 40 minus x. So product is when you multiply both of them, here we have 124 marbles. So now we have to solve this equation. So first I am multiplying this equation with 40. So 40 into x, 40x. 40 into minus 5, minus 200. Now we are going to multiply with minus x. So minus x into x minus x square minus x into minus 5 plus 5x. So here when you again rewrite, I am writing x square as first term. So here it is minus x square followed by x terms. So here I have 40x and here it is 5x. So when you multiply, this becomes 45x minus 200. So now in all the quadratic equations, you have to keep this in mind. We should have a positive x squared term. So here in this case, I am moving this entire term to the left hand side. So when you move this, what happens? this minus x square becomes plus x square, and this plus 45x becomes minus 45x, and minus 200 becomes plus 200, and this 124 here as such plus 124. So here when you simplify, here it becomes x square minus 45x. So when you add 200 and 124, this gives 324, which is equal to 0. So number of marbles, that is here, this is the basic equation which describes the current situation. Now we will proceed with the second part of example 1. So here the question is, a cottage industry produces a certain number of toys in a day. The cost of production of each toy in rupees was found to be 55 minus the number of toys produced in a day. So here I believe you can understand. A cottage industry, okay, there is an industry which produces some toys, right, on a day. In a single day, it produces some toys. So the cost of production of a single toy is calculated by 55 minus number of toys produced in a day. So on a particular day, the total cost of production was 750 rupees. We would like to find out the number of toys produced on that day. So on a specific day, the total cost of production was given as 750 rupees, right? So here we have to find the number of toys produced on that day where the production cost is 750 rupees. So here we start our solution as number of toys produced on that day, that specific day be X. Then cost of production of each toy on that day is, what is the cost of production? So here they had clearly given, you see, 55 minus number of toys produced. So here it is 55 minus X, right? Because number of toys produced on the day is X. So the total cost is 55 minus number of toys produced on the day. So here the number of toys produced on the day is X. Therefore 55 minus X. Then the total cost of production on that day. Total cost of production here is number of toys produced multiply by, that is what to say, rupees per toy, right? So we need, you see, total cost. So here the total cost is given by number of toys produced multiplied by the production cost of each toy. For example, let the company produces some 100 toys. Just for an example I am telling, right? The company produces some 100 toys, and for each toy the cost of production is some 5 rupees. Right, the same thing here. Here the number of toys produced on a particular day is X, and the cost of production is given in the problem. So here it is 55 minus X. So how much is the production cost? Here they had given it as 750. So X into 55 minus X is equal to 750. So when you multiply X into 55, 55x, and X into X becomes, X into minus X becomes minus X square is equal to 750. So here just again we have to rearrange. So when you move these terms to the right hand side, you see minus X square becomes plus X square, and this plus 55x becomes minus 55x, and here this plus 750 remains as such, because here I am moving these two terms to the right hand side. So here the final answer is X square minus 55x plus 750 is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation for the given problem. So that's all. If you have any doubt, let me know in the comment section. Thank you.